Okay, so despite the titling, I don't own a minivan, but I do own a sick dad wagon to haul my family around. A Stage 1 B7A4 Avant with 4 doors, a big old front mount intercooler, and a car seat in the back. My Discover Weekly algorithm doesn't really deliver the hidden gems, and I'm hungry for some good old-fashioned man-to-man, check these songs out because they spank. But today, I want to give you 10 progressively more obscure songs for you to bump in your Mini. But the last one, I bet none of you have heard of before. You're gonna hear the squeaking of my wet shoe and my clutch pedal. So let's talk about the first song, Leon Bridges' Bad Bad News. This might be number 1 on my list of songs to like rob a bank to. You feel so good driving around with this song on. I think most people don't know that his background is in hip-hop dance. So while I won't have a playlist of songs to rob a bank to, I will link out to a playlist of the 52 Weeks Top 20. Check out the description. I recommend listening to it in the background while you watch the rest of this video. There's a million runners out today, and like, I run at 6 a.m. so other people don't judge my running form, you know? All right, number 2, Glory of the Snow by Clairo. Most of you guys should know Clairo too. This is a little bit deeper cut in her most recent album, but Glory of the Snow is the most appropriate song to pick your kids up to in the elementary school line. Subtle, really powerful. I had a close second for this spot being Terrapin off the same album because of the banging piano solo, but Clairo, I wanted to say that her like childhood environment, of course she went big as a musician. Hold on. Because her dad, because her dad was the CMO for Starbucks Music or something like that, plus a mother who was a designer and photographer, of course she was gonna go big. She had the perfect environment for this. Number 3, Return of the Mack. This is not obscure at all, but you had to throw in an oldie to bump in the Mini. Plus, I didn't know this guy was British. I mean, this song is so 90s hip-hop that I just assumed he was from New York. But no, British. Congrats to the man for breaking through the scene.
Why are you talking?
I'm talking to the camera. Yeah. Isn't that cool? So I'm telling them about the 10 best songs for music dads to bump in the Mini. Yeah. So believe it or not, I'm not driving aimlessly. We're actually taking you to see a cool waterfall. So stay tuned for that. So number 4, Real Nice Moment by Nowhere. Now we're starting to get into things that are a little bit more obscure. These guys are USC music grads, and you can feel their like technical music prowess present in this song. You need to start it up loud because that first drop feels so good when it first comes in. This probably had the biggest wow moment of me for the year. And yeah, this song slaps. Number 5, Mk.gee's Are You Looking Up? Now, Mk.gee toured with Dijon forever as his guitarist, but he's been making music for a very long time. And he just broke through and made a ton of waves with his new album Dream Police, which by far was my most listened to album this entire past year. You have to go listen to it from front to back. And here we go, we're heading off into the canyon. Number 6, 201-90724 off of Mac DeMarco's One Wayne G. One Wayne G is a 9+ hour album, so of course this is obscure despite Mac DeMarco being a huge artist. But this has a little bit of a background, having been featured in an interview with some reporter for the news like 4+ years ago. Mack sits down in his recording studio and shows this reporter just a piece of garbage funk everyone in like the fandom just freaking loved it, but he didn't release it until 4+ years later as part of this huge collection. So check it out. Check out the interview and laugh about it, because I'll link it. We're about halfway in, and I haven't introduced myself yet. My name is Matt Fitzgerald. I don't have eyebrows, but I do manage a large database of clean music on 52weeks.com because, one, I have a young kid and he doesn't need to be listening to Travis Scott yet. And two, I think personally I've found out for myself that I'm able to control my thoughts better if I have clean media choices. Number 7, Bad Bad Not Good and Ghostface Killah's Food. It's rare to have great hip-hop songs on clean playlists, but this is a good one. Ghostface, he's from the Wu-Tang Clan, so probably doesn't need much introduction. And Bad Bad Not Good, though, they're an interesting crew. It's like a party of 4, a jazz quartet that has somehow found their way in with some of the biggest names in hip-hop. They don't always like kill it for me, but when they do, it's special, and this is one of those pieces. So we are almost to our destination. Sit tight. We'll pull up to this waterfall. Okay, so number 8, Matt Champion's Dogfish. Matt Champion, he's one of the OG members of Brockhampton, and he just surprised me by coming out with such a pop, wonderful little album called Mika's Laundry. All right, here we are. Boom. Hold on, I'm backing up. He's been releasing solo music since like 2014, but he released Mika's Laundry in 2024, and it seriously impressed me. Dogfish is a deep cut that I just loved, and it was in close contention with his collaboration with Jennie from Blackpink, but I love it that much that we just need to get some visibility on this one. So check it out. Okay, number 9, we're getting a little obscure here, but Matt Maltese's Complicated. He released an album called Songs That Aren't Mine, right? It's a bunch of covers of old 90s hits and things like that, but there's a level of self-awareness that is just so good. It's almost funny sometimes, but he adds so much of his own flair to these classic bangers, and it's one of those songs where you play in your mini and people are gonna love it and then say, wait a second, is this Avril Lavigne? Kiss Me was a close second off the album. We're gonna hop out of the car for the last bit, but that's number 9, Matt Maltese's Complicated. Woo! Yeah! Look at that.
Been at it already, had my tarot read.
Let's go down.
Let's go down there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's go. $40 to show money, that's what they stole from me. Blow it all bowling, guess I roll funny. Go find me a snow bunny, ask if this cold world's making her nose runny. She melted.
The number 1 most obscure song for music dads to bump in the mini is Anatole Muster and Ether 2006's Girl in My Dreams. This song is the craziest mashup of Midwest emo and like techno. I don't know EDM genres well enough, but it rocks. And the most important thing you need to know about this is the fact that he plays this live on an accordion. It is so cool. There is a companion song to it called Midwest Accordion Emo, or Midwest Accordion Emo, that is just him playing it solo, acoustic, with the accordion. It's incredible. Okay, hopefully you found at least one banger that you haven't heard of before. But if you're interested in checking out more like this, check out 52weeks.com, where we have the top 20 of the year listed for more obscure songs to bump in the mini. And subscribe if you're interested in, being close to the process of being a better dad and storyteller. Remember to create positive and intentional media, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Highly gifted, my jacket's thrifted. Watch me get a pattern shifted, just acting different.